Hey Scott, hey everyone else, welcome back to Four Running Shoes. I enjoyed your last video, Scott, and I've been thinking a bit about my mental game in running, especially with this marathon coming up, and so I thought I would make a similar video to what you did and talk about my mental game at the moment. As many of you know, I'm training for a sub 3 hour marathon, which is a very big goal, and it's something that I'm really excited about doing, but there's a lot of doubt that comes with a goal like that in my mind.
A lot of my doubt kind of comes from what other people think. I tell people about this goal, and the gut response that most people ask me is like, "Is that like realistic? Like, do you think it's possible?" And it makes me like, I don't really take it to heart, but it does make me think maybe this is a bit more than I can chew.
But then sometimes I've told other people and they respond really positively. I might even start to say something like, I'll try for the marathon this year, and if I don't get it, I'll run it next year. I'm pretty confident that I'll be in the fitness to run it next year. But then they'll cut me short and they'll be like, "Oh no, you do a lot of running. I think you've got really good mileage. Like, yeah, actually, I think that you can do it this year." And so that's really encouraging when people respond like that. Even in your last video, Scott, you mentioned it looks like my training's going well and it might be possible, and that's really encouraging. And especially one of the guys that said that has really great PBs and yeah, a lot of different distances, like better runner than I am at the moment. So yeah, it makes me encouraged when people, I guess, come alongside me, even if they don't think much about how hard that goal is going to be for me specifically. So the thoughts that I keep coming back to is just forget about how possible it is at the moment and try and believe in a big, scary goal that, to be honest, is probably not very possible, but something that inspires me and makes me want to strive for something better. And I think having done that so far, like I'm hitting the highest mileages that I've ever hit before. Like I did an 80 kilometer week this previous week, which is way further than I've ever done in a 1 week period. And it just really, yeah, inspires me to run that sort of distances and to put in the hard training when I'm going after such a big goal. And yeah, to be honest, like whether I hit it or not, it doesn't change much for me. Like I'm really happy with the training that I've put in, and I'll be the fittest I've ever been no matter what for this race. It just may not be the actual 3 hours that I'm hoping for, but I don't really mind. Like I've done as best I can. I know that much.
As I come to the end of my training, though, I only have a few more weeks of hard running to put into the books. And it makes me realize that I will have to make a call at some stage about how I want to run this marathon, whether I just send it and go for that 3 hours, or whether I decide to go for a lesser goal on race day. And I'm struggling to know how to make that decision. It's something I'm definitely weighing up, and every run I'm kind of second guessing. Does this mean if I'm not running at this certain pace that I can't do it on race day, or is it just the fatigue in my legs? It's really hard to know.
But at the end of the day, I am just really optimistic. I'm really happy with where I'm at, and yeah, I'm trying to keep that optimism that I've had since the start up until race day. And I do think I will probably outperform my expectations, but my expectations are probably slipping below a 3 hour marathon. But that's okay. I'm happy to see how it goes and what sort of result I can get. And to be honest, I'm just really looking forward to it. And I think it'll be a hard race, but it's one I'll be very proud of, I'm sure. Yeah, the worst case scenario would be to blow up halfway through the race. And so I think that's probably the most important thing that I try and avoid. So I'll definitely be on the lookout in the next few weeks trying to figure out what is actually possible and just try and make the best call that I can before I step to that start line. So that's where I'm at with my marathon training at the moment, especially mentally. That's been something that's been weighing on my mind. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. I'm feeling like it's going as well as it possibly could be. And it'll just be interesting to see what I can manage on race day. So yeah, make sure you're joining me when that race day comes. And Scott, I'm super excited for your marathon training that you're getting into at the moment, and yeah, excited to see how that race goes for you. It's really cool that your health is really good and you're injury free, And I hope that you have a great experience at your first flat marathon or flatter marathon. It still has some hills in it. But yeah, I'm sure you'll do a great time. And yeah, sub 4 hours sounds like a good goal and sounds very possible. So keep up the training and hope it all goes well for you. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in my next video on Thursday next week, and make sure you check out Scott's week 1 recap of his marathon training that's coming out on Tuesday next week as well. See ya.